Let's speak to the IFP leader now, Velenkosini Hlabisa, to hear a reaction from the IFP tonight. Baba Hlabisa, good evening and thank you very much for your time. The President today announcing some measures to be put in place. Now, these are measures that will be applicable to the entire country, including the reintroduction again of a curfew from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., the closing down of restaurants between the hours of 9 and 10, bars and taverns as well. And of course, this applies to Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve events. Your immediate reaction as the IFP?
Good evening, Thabo and Kathy, as well as the viewers. The IFP welcomes the address by the President, as well as all the recommendations done with the intention of containing the spread of the pandemic. We're all aware that we earlier arrived at the second wave, and unless stringent measures are taken, the nation will regret over the festive season. So the IFP welcomes all the measures announced by the President, and then the IFP calls upon every South African. We need to take a responsibility as individuals and as community so that we contain the spread of the pandemic.
The President saying a full lockdown would not serve the purpose that it served initially when we, of course, had the lockdown at the earlier stages of this pandemic to curb the widespread of it. Is that the right decision?
Yes, we fully agree, because we know the full lockdown had a specific intention of getting the health system ready to contain the spread of the pandemic. During the full lockdown period, all health sectors were upgraded to a level of being able to cope even with big numbers. So now there will be no need for a full lockdown now, because that will also affect the economy, which has already been affected. And the health system is ready to cope with the second wave, although it was anticipated a little bit later. But now that the figures are showing that it has already started, it is easy to activate all the systems so that we are able to cope with the spread of the pandemic.
All right, Baba Hlabisa, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. That's IFP leader there, Velenkosini Hlabisa.